Hello, fellow ATPers, and welcome back to our next installment of Working Around the Parks, I guess is what we'll call it.
Sure.
Why not?
Run with it.
Those Walt Disney World must-sees at all four parks. So, we just wrapped up with Magic Kingdom, and now we have taken the monorail ride over.
Please stand clear of the doors.
Por favor, manténganse alejados de las puertas. So now that we have gotten on the monorail, we went to the TTC and we survived.
We did survive.
Thankfully.
It was quite a wait, but we got back on that monorail and we're switching directions.
We are changing gears. Nothing fell off of our monorail today, so that's always a plus.
Woo!
Hooray, hooray. And now we are entering Epcot. And the first thing that we see when we go through the turnstiles are the Leave a Legacy, I guess, pillars is what we'll call them.
Yeah, that's what they're called.
What exactly are the League of Legacy pillars?
They are filled with little plaques with people's names that have donated money because Disney needs money, as well
they need
as
a lot of money, people. Give them your money.
Some have the sketches of their faces. Some just have their names with dates, like maybe marriage date, things like that. If you donated.
Yeah. All right. And so, with some of the rumors that are coming out around Epcot right now, it sounds like those pillars are going to be seeing the road pretty soon here. And
yes.
There's going to be a whole new little facade built up over there, or entranceway built up. So
TTFN.
Ta-ta for now, pillars. So once you get past those wild structures, then you get to see the Epcot Spaceship Earth golf ball, however you want to call it. And so exactly what Epcot stands for all those who are not aware, it's the Experimental Prototype Community of Tomorrow, or as I've heard it called once before in my life, something that you just told me.
It's actually stands for Every Pocket Comes Out Thinner.
I mean, I know mine does. Actually, that's not true because I only use plastic, so it's kind of
well,
the same.
I only use my magic band, but
that's true.
It's just the concept.
It is. It works. It works. But that was the first I've ever heard of it.
Oh, I thought we've always joked about that, but maybe it was just me joking about it.
Must have been you and your CP days. All you crazy college kids running around. But anyways, so we're going to start off today at Future World West and really break that down. But since Spaceship Earth is kind of right in the middle, we're just going to make a mention of that anyways. Because it would be a big white elephant in the room if we did not
acknowledge it.
Yeah, it had to be done.
Yeah.
But we'll get to that and kind of break down what you're going to see there in Future World East, so stay tuned for that action. But let's go ahead and let's break down Future World West, just because it's our podcast. We can do what we want.
We can do it.
So, first thing that we're going to come across is one of our favorite gift shops.
Yes.
Epcot's got our two favorite gift shops.
Yeah, this is not number one, though.
No, this is number two because we don't have that deep of pockets yet.
Yeah, we do not.
But possibly it could transform into our favorite when the pockets get a little thicker.
It's still going to be my number two, so we'll just leave it at that.
All right, so what is it?
It is the Disney Art of Animation store.
That it is. I'm not sure why that's funny, but what kinds of things we find in here?
You can find paintings, Thomas Kincaid paintings.
He's one man you'll find in there.
You can find figurines.
Yeah, sure can. Statuettes. And
blown glass sort of things.
Yeah.
All the high-end artsy stuff that Disney sells.
Right. A lot of the same things that you would find as far as the blown glass over at Arribas Brothers and at Disney Springs. And if you're an art collector, this is your store for sure. They used to have one. I guess they still do have it at Disney Springs,
right? They still do, yes.
Yeah, so they still have one over at Disney Springs. So, that's one of our favorite stores to walk through over there just to see all the different pieces of artwork.
Yes, and they have a lot of cool different Haunted Mansion things and stuff like that you don't see anywhere else within the park. Right. So it's nice just to stop in just to even look at it if you're not ready to buy something like that.
Without a doubt. And so that's good for those holidays because it's a good gift to be given.
Yes.
Sure is. But now that we have spent all our money,
I didn't buy anything.
Oh, you didn't?
No.
Oh, I got a few things.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Maybe it's my present.
Who knows? Who knows? But so then our next experience is going to be the character meet and greet.
Yes. And if you are a Chase card holder, you can walk into here and get a free printed picture.
Yeah.
You don't get to pick which characters you're with. They're literally behind a black curtain. And when it's your turn, you'll walk back there. And it's not until then you'll know who you're meeting.
Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain.
Yeah, I was really disappointed my first time there. I really wanted to be Minnie Mouse, but it was just Mickey.
Well, I mean, that's not a bad thing.
I know. I'm just saying.
You can meet Minnie elsewhere.
I know. I'm just saying.
Oh, yeah, I hear you. But anyways, so, moving on from there, we'll go towards, let's go towards the seas to start.
Yes.
So,
in the big blue world.
There is a big blue world over there.
Yeah.
Like, real big.
One that Spaceship Earth can fit in.
Yeah. So they have their snorkel tank or their aquarium or I don't know what else I would call it.
Their world's largest
tank. And it's got a lot of marine life in it. And you can do scuba and snorkel. Can you do snorkel too?
Mm-hmm.
I know you can do scuba.
No, I don't think you can snorkel.
I don't think snorkel. But you can do scuba tours.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, the Coral Reef restaurant, which is over there, has huge pane glass windows that you can see out into the aquarium. And
yes.
Mickey will get into a scuba suit and
yes.
he'll swim down there. So that's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
And they're redoing the menu over at Coral Reef too.
Yes, I did want to talk about Coral Reef. So basically, it has different tiers, so everyone has a good view of the tank.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what we're going with, or aquarium?
Yeah.
So it's huge all the way to the ceiling, to the floor, glass, so you can see all of the marine life, sea turtles, sharks, stingrays, whatever you want to see is going to be in there, and the only downfall when it comes to this restaurant is the portion size is not up to Disney portion sizes.
Well, I mean, it depends. It's one of the, I would say, I feel like whenever you're getting into a seafood restaurant, it's smaller portions.
Yeah.
Like, it just seems
like
that's
to be, yeah.
how things work.
And it's a more appropriate portion.
Right.
But when in Disney...
Yeah.
You gotta double that.
Yeah, you gotta double down on that. That's when you, I'll have two.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you'll get just that small little salmon fillet or whatever you're ordering, swordfish fillet. But I mean, I don't mind the food there. I don't mind the atmosphere, the ambiance, and like you said, it's really cool when you do get to see Mickey scuba diving, because how many times do you get to see Mickey scuba dive? That's a rare occurrence.
It's also, all the decor in there is really nice, very detail-oriented, as Disney is, so the lights are, covered with coral and stuff, so you can't really see the light, it just looks like sea stuff.
Coral's on fire. We got fire coral in there. Don't touch it. You're going to burn. So, once we have had our fill, and we're still hungry, there's going to be a lot of other places to eat in the land. But in Future West, but we'll get to the land in a second. I jumped the gun there.
Yeah, we're still in the sea.
So still in Living Seas, and so a couple of attractions in there. The first one being Finding Nemo, Nemo and Friends. And
it's like a clam ride.
Yeah, it's a clam mobile, kind of just like your Little Mermaid.
Yes.
Voyage of the Little Mermaid over in New Fantasyland, and it's pretty much the exact same ride, just themed to Finding Nemo.
Yep, basically. Maybe not so much because there's more video and screen in this one as opposed to life-size figures.
Yes.
However, get your walking shoes on because this is a very long queue line, but there's not a long line. So you're just walking through, but it is really cool because it's like you're underwater, so when you look up, you can see the surface of the water, so you see boats floating on it, so that's kind of cool because it's your venture down under. Yeah,
you traverse. So you start out on the beach in the queue line, and then you kind of go down into the water, and you start walking through the water, and then you go under the water. So that is cool, the progression.
Yeah. The queue line's awesome.
Yeah, the queue line is very well decorated. It's just the ride is a little bland. A little... could use a little bit of Yeah, a little pop. I mean, it's just projections in the water, and it's like, all right.
Yeah. And that song that they created, ugh.
I don't even remember the song.
I just sang it in the Big Blue World.
Yeah. I mean, that's not an awful song. I don't mind it.
I've heard better.
I have too, but that's neither here nor there. But once you exit...
Yes. You know, Nemo. There's actually a really good photo op when you get off this ride. If you like sharks, you can be in Bruce's mouth.
Bruce.
Fish are friends, not food. So that's cool. And then all of your sea animals are around you. So you have the beluga whales. You have, like, little fish, you know, in, like, containers like this.
Oh, yeah.
Piranhas, you know, like little fish. I don't know.
No, they're not piranhas.
Yeah, they have piranhas.
What? I don't know about this. That's not in the sea, man. Those are in rivers.
I don't know. Maybe they're there. Maybe they're not. Belugas are there, though.
Yeah, I'm willing to bet there's probably not in piranhas. But
I think in those smaller sections where there's just little ones.
Like just the small cylindrical tanks?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, let
us know.
Go check it out. Let us know there's some piranha in there.
It's the only small fish I can think of.
There is Turtle Talk with Crush, though, over there.
Yes.
And that's definitely really cool for the little kids because you get to talk with everybody's favorite shell man, Mr. Crush.
Totally, dude.
Totally. And you get to ride on that EAC and hang out with Squirt. And it's just a good time.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of like how Monsters Laugh Floor is, where it is very interactive with especially the kids. So, you know, Crush will come on the screen and whoever is either behind the screen or in the back has a view of all the audience. And he'll pick out, hey, you in the blue shirt. You know, you're totally rad, dude, or whatever it is. And so it's really cool.
Noggin.
Yeah. Just slap some shell on it.
Yeah.
Whatever it might be.
Yes.
So that is cool, especially for the kids, because they actually get to talk with Crush, and it's a good experience for them.
Yes. And then you also have a gift shop right in there with all of your Finding Nemo needs. So a lot of different, like with the, you'll have to help me with this. What are those birds? Seagulls?
Yeah, seagulls.
Going, mine. So shot glasses and things like that with them. Also, when walking into the land.
Toothpick holders.
Toothpick holders. My apologies.
That's all right.
Walking into the land, there are a bunch of seagulls going mine. So you can actually hang out with them, have a nice photo op right there by the sign that says the seas.
That's right. There's some good photo ops out there by the seas. And so once you're done with the seas, once you've had enough water, it's time to get onto dry land. Oh. So the next pavilion is the Land Pavilion, and it's probably in Future World definitely our favorite pavilion. I would say there's not many to choose from.
I was gonna say I think we got two.
Well, I mean, if you count like Innoventions as a pavilion,
okay, then it's my favorite.
Yeah. Like Universal Energy you would consider a pavilion.
Oh yeah, or like the convention center for food and wine.
Yeah.
Which during food and wine that might be my favorite.
No way. Maybe. They got cool sculptures, but that's for another day. Anyways, so in the land there's 3 attractions.
Yeah.
You know, we like doing them all, but a lot of people probably only like doing one of them.
Yes.
But shame on you. Learn about some conservation and preservation of Mother Earth.
Yeah, shame on you.
This is like Earth Day, along with Animal Kingdom. This is Earth Day at its finest in this land. And
absolutely.
So I guess we'll start out with the e-ticket attraction here, the big star.
All right, sitting downstairs.
Yeah, so down in the lower level corridor here, we're going to be soaring around the world, and so you know, now that it is around the world, I wasn't always the biggest fan of soaring when it was just USA stuff or California, not USA, but now that it's soaring around the world, I'm like, all right,
I'm down with that.
I can get down with it. The jasmine that they spray.
Ooh, yeah.
When you're at the Taj Mahal is potent and wonderful.
I also really enjoy the smell of the grass with the elephants.
Yeah, when you're on the Serengeti. So, a lot of cool places that you'll visit. And so it's just a really cool vantage point from a lot of different structures that you're going to see around the world.
Exactly.
And so you get a cool, you know, viewpoint from up top, and
You know what they should have done? Because when it was Soarin', California, you ended up at the castle in Disneyland. Since this is a world, we should have ended up in, like, Paris at the castle instead of Disney World.
Yeah, but you gotta keep it. You gotta keep it so you have one of those Orlando spots. Plus, then you'd be leaving out, like, how do you choose?
Yeah, I guess. Well...
Or they could just do, like, a different ending every time.
Yeah, you don't know which castle you're going to end at.
That would increase that rideability.
They need to talk to us before they start doing this stuff.
That'd be a sweet idea. Why didn't they do that? I would have been down with that.
I'm down with it.
But yeah, so that's one that you're definitely gonna want to get a fast pass for.
Yes, unless you're going there first thing when it opens, you'll need a fast pass for this ride. They did double the amphitheaters that they do have, but it's still you're just standing there because you have to wait for the whole show to finish before they can board the next flight.
That's right. And then next to that is going to be the Living with the Land tour, which is just a fun little slow boat ride that's going to be very informative as far as giving you information on conservation, on new gardening techniques and planting techniques, and this is definitely one that hits home for you. So why don't you tell us a little bit about it?
Surely. So yes, you start off and you understand how like ecosystems work, how it needs rain, the minerals from the soil to make the food. But then it gets into modern day techniques that they're doing. USDA has a lab there, so they're testing different cures for different diseases and things that different trees could get. So fighting that stuff, but then also just trying to figure out how to feed this world that has a growing population. So not only plants, but also fish farming and things like that you'll get to learn about. Really cool ways that they're integrating fish and the plants. So aquaculture, so the fish are swimming in the water that the plants are sitting in, so they're fertilizing the plants, and then the plants are cleaning the water for the fish. So just
sounds like good reciprocity.
Yeah, so just making it better, not wasting so much water and things like that, natural resources. And if you are interested in this, you can head on to the counter that is actually right next to Soarin'. So this is a little bit further away from the land. Living with the Land. But you can do a behind the scenes tour, and that's fun. You should do it.
Yeah, I mean it's informative. I wouldn't say it's fun. I guess it depends on what you're at.
If that's something that you're interested in, you got to do it because it's really cool. You get to walk, and so you're behind the scenes, so you're literally by it. It's really cool too. They have different containers that are in shape of Mickey head, so all the vegetables are growing into the Mickey head shapes, like pumpkins and stuff.
Yeah, watermelons.
And when you first start working at Disney World, your name tag says "Earning My Ears," and so until they're finished in the molds, they have the "Earning My Ears" tag.
Oh, that's so silly. And so, I'd say that about wraps up the land, except for as far as attractions, except for Circle of Life, which again is kind of just a tour. Not a tour, but it's a movie that will be hosted by Timon and Pumbaa, kind of going through how we can help preserve the planet. So kind of talking about a lot of the same types of things that you're going to see in Living with the Land, just kind of in movie form instead of on a tour. But
good soundtrack, by the way.
Of course. Always is. But two good eateries in
Definitely.
the land. One better than the other, but I still didn't mind the other one. So the first one is the quick service, which is going to be downstairs, and that's Sunshine Seasons. And this one, if you're not planning to eat around the World Showcase, then this is where you should plan to eat. And possibly, even if you're gonna, you should probably still eat here. Yeah,
it's just a great quick stop, and they have a lot of healthy options. So all their fresh foods. It's so good. They have like sushi rolls and different things. All different things.
Right. And it's a lot more health conscious food. So, if you have the healthy eater in the group, this is a good spot for them to go because you're going to get, quinoas and different fishes and It's kind of not your meat and potatoes and all that heavy carbs coming in there with red meat and things like that. So definitely a good option. But then upstairs you have Chippendale's meet and greet with their Harvest Garden Festival.
Yes.
And this restaurant's cool. It spins, so it's circled and it spins 360 degrees. Yep. Not so fast though to where we're having centripetal force throwing your plate off your table, but you'll be spinning around.
And it does overlook Living with the Land, so depending where you're rotating, you could see into that ride as well. Yeah, so
you get to see the buffalo, you get to see like the little ranch house that's over there.
Yeah.
And that's cool. And then you get to meet Chip and Dale and then Farmer Mickey.
One of my favorite Mickeys, Farmer Mickey.
Yeah, and then Pluto also. So they're all going to be in their farming gear, and it's actually really cool to see them in that attire because you don't get to see Mickey in his farmer's gear. So
exactly, and this is going to be a family style. So if you want more, you can keep asking for more.
Eat up.
Typically, it's going to have on the menu is going to have a sustainable fish, so there will be a fish offering. So that's nice, and a lot of the ingredients that are served in this restaurant come straight from Living with the Land. So this is one of the restaurants that they use that vegetables at.
Yeah, which is awesome because you could just go on Living with the Land, see those vegetables, and then eat them 20 minutes later upstairs. Yeah, so very cool. So that wraps up the land. So let's head back out again, and so. Now, as we carry on towards World Showcase, we're going to run into the Journey into Imagination Pavilion, where Figment resides, and his ride is lackluster, to say the least. It used to be so cool, and now it's just not cool.
Yeah. So you just learn about all of your senses. So, like, you'll in one room will smell. You learn about your senses.
See, hear. You don't get to really touch anything, though.
Yeah.
Except you can touch, like, the cart that you're sitting in, I guess, but that's about it. But, yeah.
It's just disappointing, like, also because Figment ruined their merchandise.
Whoa. A lot of people love Figment. I mean, he's on a lot of stuff, but they try and keep him up. He's the mascot of the park.
But it's my favorite park, and sometimes I just don't want Figment on my stuff.
Yeah, well, they have plenty of stuff without Figment also, but they do have a lot of stuff with Figment on it. But
some stuff's so cute, and I really want it, but then I see Figment.
Well, I would rather have Figment on it than Duffy, your homeboy Duffy.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I thought. But they're supposed to be, again, rumored to be changing up this ride again and bringing in the Inside Out character. So possibly,
that would be really cool.
Possibly we'll have some kind of fusion with Figment and Inside Out. Who knows? We just gotta keep watching to find out.
Yeah, and then right next to that, they just can't really ever decide what to keep in this location.
No, but.
It was Honey, I Shrunk the Audience.
Yeah.
Captain EO, personal favorite.
Glad it's gone.
And now it's a Pixar short film, so it's a 4D attraction, and it kind of rotates which shorts are being played at the time.
Yeah, it just reopened. It was they had it shut down for a quick refurb as far as getting some new shorts in there, so it just reopened on June the 19th. With some new shorts. So
there you go. Check them out.
Yeah, go ahead and check them out for sure. And then there actually is, this is a fun little fact, there is a kiosk right across from there that sells flavored popcorn. And it's like the only place that you can get these flavors. It's like buffalo, sour cream, and chive or something like that. I don't know. There's like 3 flavors, and this is the only place where you can get them. And it actually works if you have that refillable popcorn bucket. So
$150.
Yeah, it's if you're looking for a little twist on your popcorn flavors, head to this little kiosk across from the Disney Pixar shorts and let your taste buds go for a ride.
Yeah, then you don't even have to go on Figment because you're like, I just experienced this taste.
This is you can get all the senses. You can smell it, taste it. You could hear it.
Yeah, pop.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah,
you're all gonna feel it.
Yeah, see it.
All right, good stuff. Good stuff. So yeah, check that out. Get your sense tour right outside.
Yeah, and if you want more sense flavors, I guess. We'll go with flavors.
Flavors is much better.
Yes. You can go to the Coca-Cola Cool Zone.
Yeah, Club Cool, and get as much aspartame as you want.
Woo! I love aspartame.
They're passing it out in droves over there. But it is, I mean, it's cool that you get to try all those different Coke flavors.
And some people get so connected to the one flavor. I know one of my friends was like Googling how to get this one flavor. It was from like Jamaica, trying to get it on Amazon, all this stuff. She cannot find it, only in Disney World.
Really? Huh. How about that? That's pretty cool, actually.
Yeah, so very unique flavors that literally you're not going to find many other places unless you're traveling the world on a daily basis.
Yeah, which, if I'm traveling the world, I'm really not looking for Coca-Cola,
Yeah.
I don't think. But who knows? Some people have different ones than I do.
But beside note, maybe some of them don't have aspartame because those aren't legal in other countries.
That is true. Oh,
so,
man. So, yeah,
you
travel.
might look out.
Get some Coke. But yeah, so that wraps it up for Future World West. There is one other location. It's a Starbucks, but
what about the fountain? Is that considered?
No, yeah, I was gonna actually make a mention of that also. So a good view, actually. That's what I was gonna tie in for Starbucks. Oh, you beat me to it.
Jumping the gun.
One of the reasons, if you're gonna go up to Starbucks, is you get a cool view of the Fountains of Nations. And so, cool thing about Fountains of Nations is once the park was open, they had all of the nations that were represented around the world to showcase, bring in water from their nation and pour it into the fountain. Hence the name, Fountains of Nations.
Yes. Do you think that most of that has evaporated by now?
I don't know. Maybe there's a few molecules left. I'm not really sure. Probably, but I'm hoping that, with 30-some years of that Florida sun, that there's still a few molecules that held on.
I think there are.
I hope so.
At least American.
Well, that's a 100%. Yeah, accurate. But, so that really wraps up Future World West.
Yeah, I mean, during their different events, so like their Food and Wine Festival, Flower and Garden, now their Art Festival, there are a bunch of kiosks back in this direction, so you definitely want to stop and check those out. I know one of my personal favorites during Food and Wine Festival, they have all of the like more food science, gastronomy sort of things
and the chocolate
going on. Yeah, the chocolate.
What's it called? Chocolates. I can't think of what it's called, but it's got a lot of chocolate.
Yeah, so just check those little kiosks out.
Laboratory.
For sure. Yes.
Chocolate lab.
Yeah, and you're also learning more about like the farming techniques and things like that. So just all that sort of stuff is on that side during those festivals.
And they have the butterfly garden there for Flower and Garden. So along with a bunch of topiaries. So definitely check out Future World West. It's got a lot to it. You might not think so, but go in. Go in the pavilions, scope them out. Use your senses a little bit. Feel around.
Yeah.
You might find something you never seen before.
Do more than Soarin'.
Yeah, do more than Soarin' for sure. But we hope that you liked our video talking about Epcot West, Future World West. Definitely like and comment below. Don't forget to subscribe, and also don't forget to check us out on Instagram at All Things Parks, and give us a follow there because we're going to be posting a lot of photos of us having fun around the parks. Yeah. So until next time, we will see you later. Ta-ta.
Enjoy your flight.